counters on the other side, or they're just gonna go Lola in the mid, which would potentially also work against the Pearl even. Has not as much range, but there certainly is the damage to deal with that brawler. Now on the right side, as I mentioned before, they usually like to also go with some aggression. Stu is gonna come in now. Good answer, I think. Also potentially could be the gem carrier.
Yeah, there's a lot of versatility in the comp of Reply Totem right now. They can go Lola mid versus the Pearl. We don't actually know the lanes yet. I mean, both teams are kind of deciding that on the spot right now. The Stu is a versatile pick. You can go speed zone, get that extra speed for your mid laner if you have a tough matchup. I like that. You can also go wall break if you need to be. So far, both sides.
Stu showed up top 5 in terms of South America yesterday. It hasn't shown up as much as EMEA, but I think it makes a lot of sense here, especially when you're kind of straying away from the max comp at this point. I think you're just looking for that versatility in the 2-3 turn, like you alluded to. Seeing Shade this early, though, does surprise me a little bit. I feel like Shade strikes me as more of a 6-pick brawler, making sure it aligns perfectly, but I think it's just them really believing that they can get away with the other side not going too much wall breaker, that they'll have those proper matchups, but they do allow for the 6-pick to give them time to respond in that Shade.
Both Shade and Rico are two brawlers that they haven't tested too often in scrims, but when they did, they won. So why not Shade and Rico? Rico also one of the buffied brawlers, but on the lower ends in the community, he's rated as worse even than he was preemptively, than he was before these buffies. We'll see today how that's actually gonna feel, if the Rico can still work out just fine. He doesn't have the multiple launcher now anymore, which would have certainly helped him against that boss.
The lower side of this bracket has a lot of important matches ahead of them, and big now more than ever. A lot of confidence exuding out of Arthur in that interview, and don't let the coyness of somebody like Joker fool you. This guy believes they can win. After a debut month last time, the longtime veterans are continuing to go through this bracket, and now they're met with some youngsters who are hungry, looking for an opportunity. LCQ World Finals all are in play with this match.
This game is everything for both teams, like you said, and Joker right away pushing the pressure on that right side. Already has a supercharge, and they're already starting to build sort of this control in the mid lane. Again, it's going to be wanting to have Buzz on the Shade matchup. They love to have that there, and the Stu on the Rico is also going to be a great matchup. As you see, Marco grabbing the kill on that left-hand side, and they're slowly crawling back.
EMEA is full of some of the best players in the world, but Joker last month I think stood out to me as my favorite player to watch. He just pilots these brawlers so well, the really aggressive ones, and is just always there to make sure Totem have a chance at a play. And meanwhile, the dynamic duo of Maru and Mari, just safe, dependable. Now a stun going down too. I think that's part of the influence for going with this Buzz. With Shade, a lot of the times it's either ice rings or stuns. You have to pick one of the two to bounce him out of that walls and make sure he can't get away.
Joker popping the hypercharge, looking for melee, grabs the stun. Is he going to be able to get the kill? He does, but he has to still be able to get out. 2 gems to his name, goes for an extra stun. A little agreed there a little bit, but he does get out, and they grab the kill. So well played the Joker there, staying alive, getting a couple gems to his name as well, but now he has gems on top of his head.
It seems disastrous, but honestly, I think Arthur dropping those gems may be a blessing in disguise, because you don't really want to see Shade holding on to those, because then he can't play through his full aggressive style as well. But Maru taking aggression to his name as well, dashing down the middle of the map, breaking things apart alongside it, as Joker is going to continue to shadow this Shade, has a supercharge up and alongside of the countdown.
Every single time Shade goes in, Joker is there to respond. The stun comes out, denies the Shade hypercharge, and they just have 10 seconds left. They have to play safe here. Maru goes down with 5 seconds left, though. Either can stay up, and they do get the stuns, get the kills, and they grab game number 1.
Excellent job there. Joker just a complete shutdown into that Shade. The stun of Buzz goes through. Buzz already kind of a pocket pick on this map, and like I talked about in the draft, that's a risk. Shade is an excellent brawler for this map, but you can't just always pull the trigger early. He's one of those brawlers that you have to make sure you have those proper lane matchups. They're going to have to avoid that Buzz at all costs if they want Shade to shine.
Yeah, I'm going to have to see a little bit more from Arthur. I know it's a tough matchup into the Buzz, into the Stu, but he has to get some sort of value. If not, his team's not going to be able to push up the map effectively, and Salty and Melee are just losing to Maru on the side. Very hard for them to deal with the Stu. As you can see, Maru already pressing up the map immediately, hunting down that Rico, as well as the Pearl, trying to stay alive, trying to heal up. But again, probably going to break through this wall in any second once he heals up. Very nicely done from him.
Joker once again just rushing down this left-hand side, just too easy. Ultimately, this was Big's choice as part of the game. They don't give themselves an easy battle here by picking the Shade. 3 great brawlers for the team, but so far it hasn't played out as a great tandem.
Yeah, Shade now has super. This is the time to shine for Arthur. He has to make a play here without getting Buzz stun, but Joker is just hiding in the shadows, waiting for Arthur to make play, and he gets him before he gets off into the wall. Very well played from Joker, denying that before it even happened.
Joker is just feeding off the shade, and now with the hypercharge, doesn't even need to go fully aggressive. Oh, look at this, the double stun goes through, and that KD for Arthur just continuing to bleed down as Totem encroach. They're 1 away and now have a countdown.
10 gems to their name, 15 seconds left on the clock. They need to make a play now, and they don't really have much utility to push up the map. Arthur has no super. Salty and Melly are very low. They aren't running out of time, and it's looking like it's all Reply Totem in the first set.
Just classic stuff out of Totem. That's the fear that I had for this. I mean, Totem have been such a veteran presence for a long time. They get Joker back this year, and despite all of the rumors, the bad vibes of halftime in the middle of the year, the second half, for whatever reason, things are clicking. I know Big have it in them, but at least in my personal opinion, I think that Shade was just a little too early of a call. It was a creative choice with the Buzz. I don't think it was necessarily obvious, but it's already a decent one for Vision on that map, and on top of it, you're going against Joker. That guy is one of the best in the business, so I think Big just made that set a little bit harder on themselves than maybe they would have wanted.
Yeah, they really didn't get the value they were looking for. The space that Arthur was trying to make just was denied every step of the way by Joker. And honestly, credit to Joker. I mean, he followed him around the map every single time that Arthur tried to make a play. He was there and ready to deny it, as well as Mari just locked down the mid the entire time.
The most played and most successful brawler for Totem on this map has been Boss. I mentioned it right coming into the draft, and they kind of handed it to them. The Boss worked out super well into the comp that Big was putting up against them, especially that Shade, as you mentioned, was picked up a bit too early, potentially. Now, Big, let's have a word here, because they doubled down and also posted on literally every social platform they have 3-0 today. Not only on TikTok, it's also all over every other social platform. It's not going to be a 3-0. I can tell you that much already.
I mean, I feel like sometimes if it's just so one-sided, it's a little bit easier to move on and just be like, we weren't even close on that one. You take on the next one. Just move on. That doesn't reflect who we are.
Yeah, definitely, like you said, if it's going one-sided, you know, it's easier to move on that way. But Big is not going to let this be one-sided. I mean, they're going to fight back here for sure. They maybe let that slip in the draft a little bit, but again, Reply Totem looking very, very sharp right now, in my opinion. The draft was on point. They played that expertly, and so Lola going to be the first pick on Ring of Fire. Not our sort of traditional first picks that we've seen so far this weekend, but, you know, I don't mind it.
But Big played it again and again in scrims, and it usually works out for them. So there you go with that first pick. They also like to pair it with Glowy usually. That has been their most played duo. And there goes the Glowy now towards the side of Reply Totem. So they definitely did their homework here. Totem also really values Meeple on that map quite highly. Wouldn't mind it here at this stage as well. With the Glowy, we saw a nice comp yesterday, pair it with the Crow, and he just stayed alive infinitely in that zone. He spanned out though. I wonder what it's going to be instead. What will stay in the zone with the backing of that Glowy?
A lot of frequent flyers banned out here, and it's going to be Max who escapes it all. Buffy Brawler coming through. This is a tandem that's really solid. Even before Max got a Buffy, the double support option has been really good. I used to see it a decent amount on things like Hideout in this region in particular, but on Ring of Fire, I see the vision. They're just going to try and sustain, hold their presence in the mid as long as possible. I think it's just two powerful brawlers that, again, don't lock them into anything too early. We're seeing a very similar situation pull out. Different brawlers, but similar concept or methodology coming out of Totem's side.
Yeah, they're playing for a percentage. They're playing for the control. However, Lola's actually a pretty good answer into both of those brawlers, in my opinion. And Poco, they're matching the healing. They're matching Glowy's healing. I really like this Poco pick, actually. I think